Welcome to Cowgirl Up, the podcast dedicated to elevating your mindset. I'm your host, Lori Blickenstaff, certified mental performance coach at mentalgame101.com. Yesterday, we talked about the first step to making any lasting change, which is awareness. Today, we're going to focus on step 2. But before we do, let me share an acronym that'll make it easier to remember the steps. The acronym is ACT, A-C-T. The A is for acknowledgement, which is basically our awareness. We notice it, it's there. The C is for check it, which we're going to talk about today. And then the T is trade it, which will be coming next week. So check it. What exactly does that mean? That means to stop the thought in its tracks. Now, this is important because research has shown that if a thought we have goes unchecked, it will take a hold and fester and will start to spiral down, deeper into that thought and repeating it. Another reason it's important to check it is because the more often we do this, interrupt our negative thoughts, the easier it gets to regulate our emotions and choose better responses. And responses, again, we'll talk about next week. And then finally, it's important to check it because it gives us control over our thought process, which is empowering. When we have a plan that we can follow, we feel more in control and less at the mercy of our feelings. Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, but how the heck do we do this? Basically, we want to create a pause. It could be as easy as just saying stop, out loud if you're comfortable, or with a strong internal voice, or taking a deep breath, or snapping a rubber band on the wrist. All of these would serve to stop the spiral, to stop the thought. And then at that point, we can assess the thought objectively. We can ask questions like, is this thought really true? Is there another way to look at this? What would my best friend say? The good news is that if we consciously acknowledge and check our thoughts this way, we interrupt our normal patterns and actually create new neural pathways in our brain. What does that mean? Well, over time, our brains are going to automatically begin processing our ants for us without as much conscious effort. One last reminder that when we check our thoughts, we are not shaming ourselves. There should be no judgment here. Now, next week for step 3, we're going to learn how to trade our ants for more positive, effective thoughts. And I'm going to leave you with a simple but profound idea. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's true. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions, feedback, or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Email me at lori@mentalgame101.com.